Hey booze, hey, do your blankets feel like super glue in the morning? Well sis, it's time to shake them off. Welcome to Wake Up Happy Sis, the show that jumpstarts your day with a bang. We're strolling down these self-care streets as we navigate the maze of wellness and healing. We're helping you live happy, healed, and whole. And we do it all with a hearty dose of belly laughs for good measure. Stay tuned and get ready to wake up happy, sis. Welcome, everybody. We have been gone for a little bit of time, but you know what? It's a new season. We are back in effect for season 6. Have the Wake Up Happy Sis show with myself, Leanne Dulce, and my awesome co-host, Sharonda Sealy.
Good morning, everybody.
Yes. And we got our fans ready. We ready to clack at a moment's notice, just in case. And we're going to bring you another sizzling episode of Wake Up Happy Sis, because that's what we do right here on KCCR Cityscape Radio, where we're changing the narrative for our Black and brown people because we're telling our stories our way. So, welcome home. Now, today we are diving deep. We're talking about securing the bag without losing your soul in the process. I mean, who says you can't have your cake and eat it too? Because why am I have the cake if I can't eat it, Sharonda?
Ugh, no words, ma'am. No words.
So we're debunking myths. We're breaking down barriers, all to help you live your best financial life. And I have my good girlfriend, the Nicole Johnson of Girl Your Money Matters. And she is your financial strategist. She is the lady that's helping you keep more coins in your pocket. And she is also one of the hosts here on Cityscape Radio of the Girl Your Money Matters show.
Hey.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. Good morning, and good morning. That's what I like to say. Morning.
Good morning, ching.
I like it.
We like them kind of mornings, okay? Because that's how we wake up. That's one of the ways we wake up happy. When there's some ching, we going to wake up happy.
Yo, sleep coins. That's what one of my students called. She's like, Miss Nicole, I got me some sleep coins last night. I said, and do keep them coming.
Amen to the sleep coins. Those are the best coins.
Those are the
Ain't got to do too much to get them. And it's just going to keep. Yes, thank you. Collect. Thank you. So today we are talking about securing the bag without losing your soul. And what we're trying to do today is take a different look at financial planning, at how you can keep more of that hard-earned money in your pocket without feeling like you have to rob Peter to pay Paul and do something strange for some change to make ends meet. And this isn't just for people that are in lower income brackets, because the price of everything has gone up exponentially. We've got bricks coming in, so the dollar might be tanking. And now is the time for us to shore up our resources, for us to get our finances and our financial house in order. And Nicole's going to help us do that. We're just going to talk. You know how we do on this show. We keep it real, raw, honest, with a touch of comedy, because Sharonda going to say something that's going to crack us up. That's how it always works.
And you never can tell what it is. I go off of my environment, ma'am.
Yes. So, Nicole, first, why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Well, good morning, and thank you so much for having me. I always love waking up happy, sis. That is just, I'm full of joy when I hear wake up happy, sis. Like, yes, ma'am. But I am the Nicole Johnson. I own a company that is really for women to really understand that, girl, your money matters. It's affectionately known as the gym, where we have all sorts of exercises to help you get financially fit. And financial fitness is going to depend on where you are on your journey. So I like to make sure that women understand that in order to see themselves as financially free, they have to first define what it looks like to them, and then we create a roadmap to get there. So I'm the executor because success comes at the speed of execution. So how fast you want your money?
Well, I like it a lot.
I want my money yesterday. Like about
Listen,
somebody else, but I want my money yesterday. Like, run me over my coins day before yesterday, last week. If I could have had it that way, like
yeah, a mess. But I understand that, and in this day and time, like you said, with things going up at an exponential cost, an exponential rate. I'm looking at a loaf of bread of what it costs today. It was nowhere what it was when I was a teenager, and even younger than that. And it's like y'all using the same flour, right? It's the same ingredients. How is the bread that was 99 cents is now $5.99? Help me understand that. And for people who are on different government programs, we just got an email that says as of January 1st, they get a COLA, which is a cost of living adjustment. The cost of living adjustment does not match the cost of living. Those two things don't match.
they are out of alignment.
That's how they get.
That's how the ends don't meet, right? The ends are over here going, hey, here's life, here's the adjustment. We're not meeting, and let alone not creating any type of surplus so that we can live a different life. So we have to put measures in place. Things got to start stretching and lasting longer. We got to be more intentional with the way we spend and what we spend on. And sometimes people really need some tips on how to do and what to do. And that's what we're going to talk about today.
Yes. So one of the things I want to talk about first is the concept that your financial decisions really need to be a reflection of your life's mission and your core values, right? So you need to align your money with your mission, right? If your mission is to live the soft life, you can't be spending all your money before you make it, right?
So
you got to work on your credit and make sure your credit and your bills are paid properly. And you can't afford that Birkin bag, right? It means this is how much I make. Why is my spending so much higher than what I'm bringing in? And that's for anybody, whether you make a little bit of money or a lot of money.
I got something for that one. It's because the young people of our society are exercising that thing called instant gratification, where they don't know how to, put things in a delay. Like you don't have to have that Birkin bag right now because you don't have all the money to pay for it right now. If you can exercise the delayed gratification, pay on that thing or put money away so you can buy it, outright. But then again, my girl Nicole is going to tell you that that's not an income producing asset up in here, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between, ma'am, that is not an income producing asset. So you don't actually need it. You want it. Let's get our vocabulary together.
Ooh, Sharonda, you talking all my language. And I'm going to give a good example, okay? Because you say it's the young people, but I'm going to go back a little bit further. So let me give you
because we were once young too. I get it.
We were. But let me give you an example. I went on a mystery shop assignment. We can talk about that at another time. But I was in the Coach store, and that's my brand. I love me a Coach bag because they're good quality. They last forever. But this particular bag, I had no idea that Coach had a diaper bag line. Oh, good size leather. I mean, nice size. And so I'm looking at this bag. I'm like, this will be perfect as an executive bag. Put my laptop in it. I could put my tablet in it. It had pockets. Even had the little pad. I was like, oh, let me put my laptop in here, keep it safe when I'm getting on the plane, this, that, and the other. And I flipped that tag over. I said, is this correct?
She said that the price tag have a typo.
Actually, you're gonna be like, this one right here.
Is this correct?
I think you put too many zeros on there. Or something.
Is this correct? He said, yeah.
Ma'am, the pearls.
Right, girl. The pearls I didn't have on. I was clutching my ancestors' pearls, okay? He said, yeah, it's a new item. So I put the bag towards the floor and I tried to put my foot in it. And it missed. I tried it again. The man said, excuse me, what are you doing? I said, for this amount of money, I'm trying to see if I can move in it because it's more than my mortgage.
Oh my God.
Bit more than my mortgage. But here's the thing. I kept watching it. And then I traveled to Tennessee to the Tangiers Outlet Mall, and there's a Coach store. I was like, see y'all later. I'm going to Coach. How about it was for my birthday, so it was already 75% off everything in the store, but the bag happened to be, and it was only 2 to 3 years later, on the clearance side. So that $899, yes, my mortgage was less than $899. That $899 bag, after they finished going like my deal on the calculator, cost me $150. Happy birthday to me, because that was within my budget of what I was going to spend for my time on my trip. So that was fine for me, right? So I couldn't go to Bath and Body Works that weekend because all of them coins went on that bag. But here's the thing. Ask me how often I carry the bag.
See, I'm not gonna like this answer for all of that you went through. You about to say something so off the wall.
I can count on less than 10 fingers how many times I've carried that bag. But I tell you what it is. It's in good condition. Anybody interested in buying it, let me know.
You're a mess.
But the point is we spend so much on these tangible items.
Instantly.
Listen, one of my favorite scenes in Baby Boy was when he told them, y'all need to know about cheddar and butter. I was like, educate the people. But that's the problem. In our generation, it's a lot of stuff we didn't learn, or we learn later in life. So therefore, the generation that you see now, they don't all have good concepts of money and investments and savings and return on investment and the future. They're a fearless group, but some things they need to be fearful of because they don't plan and they don't prepare. And if you don't plan you fail when you don't plan and you don't prepare. So I am a hopeless optimistic, but I got real pessimistic tendencies. So I'm a hope for the best, but I'm going to prepare for the worst.
Prepare for the worst.
Get your money right. Gotta get your money right.
That connects to what I wanted to say, right? Is this concept of aligning our money and our mission, or where we want to go, what we want to do, who we want to be in our lives, right? And I think a lot of us have a disconnect between my financial life and my personal goals and my values, right? And we end up feeling unfulfilled, we're feeling disjointed, disconnected, because we don't have a good relationship with our money. And I think a lot of it can start from what is your mission statement, your financial mission statement. Because I think we look at money as the end point, money as the goal, not the tool to the end point. And that's where that disconnect comes in. It's, I want to have a lot of money, right? They think that's their goal. My goal is to live a certain lifestyle. My goal is to be able to travel when I want to. Let's say my goal is to be able to take 3 international trips per year, right? Or my goal is to have a house by the time I'm 35, right? I think if people start with something more concrete, that goal, that mission statement that says, this is my financial North Star, my compass that I'm moving towards. And then stop with the instant gratification. You ain't gonna have the house tomorrow. You ain't gonna have the house tomorrow, especially if you're working in Waffle House.
Oh,
Right? You're not
They
going
could
to.
they could have a tiny house, ma'am.
yeah,
Not
and it'll say Mattel.
usually not. Usually not
It'll
tomorrow.
say Barbie.
Right.
It'll say Barbie. But Leanne, I liken that to is you call it your mission statement. I call it one's money mindset. I look
Mm-hmm.
at it from what is your mindset about your money? And
Mm-hmm.
when I look at your mindset, what is it like you say, what if I want 3 international trips per year? Right?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you align that with your money?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. How do you label your money? I gotta have travel money, right? I gotta have travel money. I gotta have money. I gotta have car money. I have to line it, write it out. So as Habakkuk 2:2, everybody knows it. Write the vision and make it plain.
Make it plain.
Man, amen.
You gotta make it plain. But what is your relationship with your money? So when we talk about that instant gratification, what is it that we've lost? What is it that we fear we won't have? You got to get inside of you. This is one of the things I've always hated about counseling. Let's talk about your childhood. Ma'am, I'm 50 plus years old. I can't remember back that far. But
Mm-hmm.
in the financial realm, I found it so important. Just even as I sat on that couch with that counselor. Okay, let's go back. It is important to find out where your foundation is built.
Mm-hmm.
What did you see? Who taught you what, whether they meant to teach it to you at all. Meaning, did I see Leanne doing X, Y, and Z? And did I
Mm-hmm.
see Sharonda doing X, Y, and Z? And that's where I learned my habit. Or I didn't like X, Y, and Z, so now I'm going to do 1, 2, and 3. So we
Yes.
have to look at the root cause of anything that we do consistently as a habit to understand where our mindset is. And what I want you to get to, I want Leanne, I want Sharonda, I want Nicole, I want all your listeners. I want all of us, especially Black women, especially us, because we the hardest working women out here. I say that full with my whole chest stuck out.
Chest
No,
out.
we chest in the chest, okay? I'm gonna say it with it all stuck out. We the hardest working race out here. I want you to get to a point where you can say yes when you want to. Leanne, you ready to go to Dubai for 2 weeks? Yes. She ain't even got to look at the bank account. She already know the money is there and in alignment because that's where her money mindset is. Tell me
Mm-hmm.
your life wouldn't be different like that because our life experiences hit differently when our money is in order. Amen. Amen.
Amen. Let the
Mm-hmm.
church say.
Mhm,
Amen.
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 mhm.
Amen.
And I like that
Yeah.
because what it forces us to do is to be more self-aware,
Yes.
right? So we have to be aware of our spending habits. We have to be aware of our financial triggers. As you know, I love a little talk about trauma and how it shows it manifests itself in our lives,
Mm-hmm.
right? And when you have and you do that work on your mindset, your money mindset, you then end up with the ability to make better financial choices because now I have my North Star, I have my compass, I know what I'm working towards. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to, and I know that there's going to be some sacrifice. If I want this, I have to work like this.
Yes.
It lets me set up expectations for my life and what I want to do so that, yes, I may work hard for these 10 years, but the
Mhm.
next 30, baby, will be lovely because I've set myself up, I've set my family up, I've set my future children up for success. And a lot of it, if we go back to how we were raised, if you're raised in a poor family, a lot of times you did not grow up with good money management skills. You didn't grow up with
Mm-hmm.
a healthy relationship with money, and your money mindset was of lack and not of abundance. And I can say that coming out of my mother died when I was young. So my grandmother did the best that she could with 2 extra kids on a teacher's salary. My great grandmother was a taxi driver. She owned her own cab, so she worked for herself, right? And they did the best that they could do. But when that disconnect that you were talking about of the cost of living, raising my kids and my family, having a house and trying to put all these things together ain't quite matching up, we do what the hell we can. And we end up having to rob Peter to pay Paul, right? But still trying to give our family something nice because we still want to have nice things. And the TV says we ain't shit if we don't have nice things.
Yeah.
What are some tips that you would give people to kind of try to mesh all that together into one action, one set of actions that I know I can take as a new person coming in, trying to balance all of these things to get to my financial goals?
One of the things, all of what you just spoke of growing up, that was trauma. And as with any type of trauma, you have to first acknowledge that the trauma exists, right? So I have a young lady that started, and she makes a very decent salary. She's comfortable, but she's got some hoarding habits. And it's not a particular hoarding item, whatever the fad is for the moment. I think I just stepped on a toe. But she's got a hoarding habit. So it's this thing until they, oh, okay, I'm through with that. Oh, now it's this thing. And oh, now I'm through with that. Oh, now it's this thing. Right. And so I said, so let's talk about what happened during the childhood. And oh, I lived a very good childhood. My parents did this and my parents that. I said, let's dig a little deeper. What happened in high school? And my parents got a divorce. When they divorced, Daddy said, sell a house because I'm not going to continue to help you pay for it. And Mama began working 3 jobs just to maintain the household. But all the extras that she was used to were now gone. Okay, I just told you we the hardest working race out here. So, as an adult, 40 plus years old, she said, Nicole, and all the times I've been in counseling, nobody ever helped me realize that that's what it was. Because when you say childhood, I think 5, 6, 7 years old. She wasn't thinking about the teen years when the divorce actually happened.
The formative years.
Yes. So now she's living in that lack and she's having to go without. And when she used to be able to get that big old magazine that we get at Christmas time and circle all the things, now she can barely just pick one. That was traumatic for her. And now that we've done that, now she can shift. Now she can deal and heal that. And now we start creating new habits. So now we got to pay off Afterpay and other Klarna because she was spending so much that she was now using those platforms to support a habit. Right? Man. She was, I said, go through one. She spent $1,200 in a month on dipping powder. I said, what the hell is dipping powder? That stuff they put on your fingernails? Yeah. So that was $1,200.
She had enough to start her own dipping supply company.
She had enough to pay your mortgage and still have some left over.
Oh, a month and a half, ma'am. A month and a half. Okay. Wow. But so what we're doing now is we're paying that off, and then so here's how I helped her. Let's look at the numbers. What would $1,200 have paid off on this debt list you got over here?
Right.
Look at the interest rate on this debt list you got over here. What would that? And mind you, Clark, that was just one platform. She had about 3 of them. I said, now go through the rest of them. How much debt could we have alleviated? And we're close to like almost $3,000 over the past 90 days. So sometimes we have to look at our bank statements, okay? And a lot of people don't like to do this. So here's my disclaimer. forgive yourself.
Yeah.
You got to extend grace to you the same way you
Yes.
extend grace to everybody else.
Yes.
So
Right.
forgive yourself. You cannot fix, change anything that has already happened. You can start today and move forward.
Absolutely.
Okay. So when you look over the last 3 bank statements, get your marker, a highlighter, color coded. This was eating out food. This was unnecessary spending. This was overdraft fee, right? Whatever the categories are. And then you add them totals up. And then you
Mhm.
look at the debt list. I could have done this if I had put this
Yes.
money over here,
Good
right?
job, Nicole.
There's no condemnation. This
No, no,
is
no, no.
an examination. That's step
Right.
one. We got
Yeah.
to examine some things. And then
Mhm.
in step two, we reveal some things. We reveal these habits. We reveal the trauma. But
Mhm.
then by step three, we're making a transformation. We're
Okay.
going to transform our habits. We're going to transform and change the things that we've been doing so that now we turn around and start on this new roadmap to a new destination. We can't change the past, but we can do different in the present and prepare for the future. So we have
Absolutely.
to do that. We got to do that to see where it is our money is going. And
Mhm.
then once we know where it's going, we get back on the right track and we start doing things differently.
The thing I want to help you to get your clients to understand is that you know them Joneses out there you buying these doggone not price these name tags for and stuff to try to impress them. These the same people that's not going to lift a finger to help you pay for these name brands and stuff. And then you could have been $1,200 chewed down your debt by. So it's the you shouldn't have to make lifetime choices to say if I'm gonna get my hair done with the rent money, or am I going to do my hair myself, or it's you have choices every single day. You have thousands of choices that you have to make, and that part with the dip, learn. There's YouTube videos for everything. Learn how to do it for yourself, and then
Listen,
you
I
don't have to get a
spent
man
$40
$1,200.
on some gel. That's right. I bought some gel polish and a little heat lamp. What
Mm-hmm.
the nails look like? They still ain't got no gel polish on them. Okay. But
Because you
Sharonda, that
probably ain't
is
found the time, right?
listen, listen, I ain't never met the Joneses. I never met them. But most of the people who act Jones like
Mm-hmm.
behind closed doors, you don't know how much debt they're in. So don't get fooled
That's
by the
right.
facade. But I
That's
know who
right.
the Jeffersons are. By the time they
Mm-hmm.
brought that condo, he owned 6 stores already. Let's
Mm-hmm.
be
There
clear.
you
Before he
go. Mm-hmm.
moved out the ghetto, he owned, and they were profitable before he bought
Mm-hmm.
that condo.
Absolutely.
There's a lesson right there. There's a message
But
right there.
exactly, it is, and just because you get it, you don't. Just because you can don't mean you should spend all of that when you're not financially ready to be able to do that. It's okay to stay right where you are so you can stack those doggone coins and buy those stores so you can pay for your condo outright. How about that?
That's
Yeah.
it.
And one of the things I would say, right, kind of getting back to the concept of aligning our um, money with
Mm-hmm.
our mission, with our life goal, with our path that we're trying to take in life, is you have to, after you do that work to start healing that trauma, you really have to also do some soul searching, right? And ask yourself, what does Leanne's life look like in 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
in 10 years, in 20 years? And get descriptive. What kind of car do you want to have? What kind of house do you want? How much money do you want to have in the bank? Do you want to have investments? Do you want to have traveled, right? What does that look like? Give yourself a 360 view of what your life looks like 5, 10, 20, whatever years
Mm-hmm.
from now. That doesn't mean it doesn't change over time, but you have to start there. And that mission statement can move and start there. And it's going to evolve as you grow. Life changes. You get a better job. You do this. You make things start happening faster. Or you have a couple of setbacks, right? I don't want everybody to think that you can't splurge on yourself while you're trying to make these changes in your life, right? Because I am a person who is going to spend a little money on something, right? But I had to learn that I was spending way outside of my budget.
Mm-hmm.
I was spending more money than I was bringing in. So I was constantly stressed, constantly in a state of worry and panic. Right. And that's not healthy. Right. Now I want to kind of switch. Now, what if, and I got a few tips. What if your partner and you have different financial missions? Now, hold on. Right? Now, when you guys have different financial missions, finances have caused a lot of divorces. But I'm going to give you 3 little tips that I think would help. And Nicole, you can jump in. Sharonda, you are married, and so you can definitely jump in after this. 1, you gotta have open communication. Everything starts with that open communication. You guys have to each be honest, transparent about your individual missions, and so that you guys can try to find some common ground from the mountain to the valley, right? Create joint goals. I have my goal, he has his goal, but what is our joint goal as a family? Because I'm a firm believer that even in a married situation, I still need to have my pot of money over here. We have his money, my money, our money, right? I'm okay. I think that's a good thing because you want to be able to serve both missions. I do not, most times, especially as women, we give up ourselves when we become married. Our life, our wants becomes that of our husband, spouse, children. No, we're not doing that no more. You can still have your mission in your life and what you want. He can have his, and you guys can have that union and that foundation of coming together. And my third is monthly check-ins. Revisit your goals, see where you are, and if one is better at doing something, help your mate out. If you know your mate is a little bit of a spendy, right? Help him or her be a little more accountable. Hey, well, what would we buy this month? I saw there was an uptick of Amazon boxes this month. What's going on? Because it might be something else that's going on. Because I know people that hide their boxes. That tell the man, don't be putting them on the porch. Put them behind the
put them under the porch.
Put them behind the bush or something, so that my room camera don't go off my husband.
Just leave them at the neighbor's house. I'll pick them up later.
Just leave them at FedEx. I'm gonna just come get them myself. Leave them at the post office at my PO box.
Oh right? My gosh, that's too much. It's too.
I mean, there are things that people do like that because they know, like, you've already come to agreement. We've made this joint agreement. She done got pissed off, stressed out, or something, and her trigger is what? I'm gonna buy myself something to make myself feel better. I can't really afford this bag or this whatever it is, but I'm going to buy it anyway. It's just like trigger eating, stress eating. Stress shopping is a thing.
Oh, yes, it is. And I'll tell you, I usually deal with men when their wives are my clients. And New York is one of the most expensive states to buy a home in. Okay, one of the most. And so we started going through the list, and I'm going, so we got a cable bill that's almost as much as the rent. Why? And then we've got these individual pocket money classifications. And so I start, now I'm just talking. They're in the room together. He wasn't in the start of the conversation. I said, invite him in because this is a household. Okay, this is a household. And so then you guys make decisions later and you can bring them back to me, but the foundation needs to start with both of you. So after some conversation, she finally just said, so listen, either we're going to cut the cable bill or you're going to pay for it out of this pocket of money that you have. That man stormed up out that room. I was like, oh, look at the weather out there. Ain't not
look, it's so nice outside today.
Ain't that window in the room I was in. Ooh, look at the weather out there. But he came back and he was like, I'll try it. Right? Because she told him, she said, this ain't about you or me, this about the baby. We want him to be able to play in the backyard. We want him to be able to play in the front yard. We want to be able to not have people over us, not be worried about the people under us or all of these things. And it took them 2 years, but that was one thing that they never changed. And at the end of, I want to say 2020, right at 2020, 2020, right at the height of COVID, they bought a house. And she was like, girl, woo. And now she still touches in and checks in and is like, listen, we still doing this. We're still doing this. And now that habit has been created, he's still used to it.
Yes.
But that conversation not happened, had she just changed some things without him knowing, it would have created contention between the two of them, and they would not have been aligned on what the mission was. So their minds had to come together to reach the goal for their son. And this is why I tell them, your why is the determining factor on how successful you will be in reaching your goal. So your why, you want to do X, needs to be so strong and so personal that nothing and no one will get in the way of accomplishing it.
Amen, amen. Amen, amen.
Well done, Nicole. So I got so Leanne got tips, and I got some tips too.
Okay. Let's go. Let's hear it.
So if I probably should be wearing a Capital One t-shirt by this time, but Capital One has this really great point system. Capital One Venture Card and Venture X cards has this great point system where every single time you swipe that card, you're gathering these points, and at the end of the year, you'll in the beginning you'll pay the $395 worth of the credit card fee, but they give you $300 back in a travel credit. So the way my travel schedule is, I'm able to go on these excursions and not pay anything and just use my doggone points. And so and also when Nicole was talking about the bank fees and all these kinds of things, because say like your Amazon is hooked up to your bank account, well, the danger of that is that if you have unexpected charges come out, then they're going to penalize you through the fees that the bank is going to charge you. But if you have your Amazon set up to your Capital One Venture Card or Venture X card, you not only get rid of the fees, but it's on your credit card that you pay off every month, and you're getting these points every single month. And you and your boo, you and your mister, you and your significant other can take these doggone trips and use your money to do other stuff with. Hello? I'm here to save you money, ma'am. I'm here to save you money, and just those simple changes. Matter of fact, I'm only speaking of things I instituted in my own household and stuff, because I'm kind of stingy, and I don't really having to get, like having to pay fees unnecessarily and stuff.
It's not stingy. You want to keep more of your coinage, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Yes. Okay? Yes. So by making that
my extra $7, it'll be by choice, not force. Okay.
Absolutely. So by
Rhonda, I'm a Capital One fan. I've been with Capital One since they bought out ING Direct.
Okay.
That's how long. That's how I became a Capital One.
It isn't. We ain't giving them all that. We ain't giving them all that free advertising.
Okay. But
so a certain
bank.
Find a card or something that has other perks such that when you spend your money with them, because they ain't paying us to hype them up. Like, no, we ain't doing that over here.
So a certain company will pay you to use their card.
Absolutely. Yeah. But you know what? There are all sorts.
Okay, hold on. Hold that thought. Because we got a little station identification. We got to do a little station identification.
Yeah, I do.
You are watching and or listening to the Wake Up Happy Sis show with Leanne Dose and Sharonda Silly on KCCR Cityscape Radio, where we are changing the narrative for our Black and brown people, because we're always over here giving it to you real raw and honest. We tell our stories our way, and we want to welcome you home.
Now,
welcome.
I got a little commercial. Hold on, y'all doing too much. I got to do my commercial now.
Okay.
Act up.
Ready to swap your daily grind for some ocean waves and sunshine? Then join Brownstone Worldwide for the ultimate neighbors retreat aboard Celebrity Cruises. From July 21st through the 27th of 2024, get ready to make waves and unforgettable memories. Our all-inclusive package features plush rooms, drinks on us, complimentary Wi-Fi, and yes, even tips are taken care of. Bask in live entertainment, exciting contests, and be a part of the live tapings of Brownstone podcast shows. Venture beyond the ship with shore excursions to the stunning Key West, Bimini, Bahamas, and Georgetown, Grand Cayman. But here's the catch. These rooms are selling out like hotcakes right now. So don't miss the chance to rub elbows with your favorite Brownstone Air personalities and meet your neighbors in an unforgettable setting. So what are you waiting for? Secure your spot on this epic journey today.
All right, now, Nicole, sorry, you can.
No problem. I know we got to take care of the house.
Take care of the house.
One of the things that I love, and I'm going to say capital one, is that
I'm about to turn your mic off.
They are one of the few banks that will allow you to have up to 25 savings accounts. Somebody will ask, why do I need that many savings accounts? You may not need all 25, but you do need a way to label your money.
Absolutely.
So when Leanne talked about that international travel, she needs a separate savings account for that. Because she also does local traveling. She needs a separate account for that. If she wants to put money away for investment, she needs a separate account for that. If she wants to have rainy day funds, that goes in a separate account. So along with the mortgage, the car note, all the utilities, no longer are we letting our money sit in our checking account like our grandparents used to do and use that Trek registry. No, that's not what we're doing, because somebody's going to miss something. So you break those out into those different accounts so that you can see where your money is, and you can see how your money grows. Your checking account is a landing spot for your paycheck, and then you should be giving it direction to split off into its different destinations.
And one thing I love that, because that's, how do I say, one of the things that I think people need to look at as well is look at the type of checking account that you have, because some people are getting into these accounts where they have to have a minimum amount in their account at all times. You want to make sure that you have the right type of account that you can do with your money as you please, right? And don't be afraid to switch banks. Just like you have to interview for a job and you're supposed to interview the interviewer, right? You need to interview these banks. You need to interview all these companies that you're giving your money to. And sometimes a local bank will give you a better type of account, better rates, having that close relationship so that you can get loans and things like that if and when you're ready to start a business, right? When they, because analogous to your different savings plans, the same on business sides, right? Then you should have one account where all the money comes in, and then it's pushed out to different accounts. One that pays all your bills, one that is if you're like an LLC or single person, one that pays you and your staff. You've got one that is your savings, right? So you have these different accounts so that, as Nicole said, you know where your money is going, right?
Mhm.
And it allows you to say, okay, I've got $8,000 worth of debt that I want to pay off. You start putting that money in there and you start putting your cards on auto pay on there. Oh, I'm just going to pay a little extra payment on this, right? A little extra payment on that. You can pay off a house faster, car faster. One guy was like, if you make one payment, one extra payment a year, and he said it doesn't even have to be all at one time. You can make one extra payment over the 12 months. You can make it over a couple months. You can make it at one time. But those principal payments are going to cut down on your interest that you're paying and the length of your loan. So now we're getting to our goals faster with not even a lot more stress on what you have to do to make it happen.
So let me add right there what you just talked about. They can go to Google, find them an amortization calculator to see how much money they would save, how many years they can cut off the mortgage, how much interest they would save, all of that. You can get an amortization calculator off of, even if you open up Excel, it should be one in the the sample.
Mhm.
Use that and let that be your motivator. I had right at the height of COVID, I had decided I was going to pay off my truck. And I had my payments were stretched out, still had like 16 months of payment. But when I looked at the amount and I looked at what was, I was like, most of this is interest. I said, so, oh, okay, I see you. I see you. I gave myself 6 months starting in February to get it done. I gave myself from February to July. By July, I needed to have that truck paid off. Nicole, let's go out. I ain't gonna be able to go out. But if I had gone out, I would have spent $75. Let me mom make that extra $75 payment to the principal. Because I could have gone out, but this going to the principal. Or I would, oh, you know what? I was going to Bath and Body Works. Let me see how much I put in the cart. Oh, okay. Just gonna send that to the principal. That became my motivation because that car note was that truck note was $425 a month. I was not happy with that. And now I'm that I can see the end.
Yeah.
So can I give up a few things to reach the big
for a
goal?
little while? Yes, absolutely.
Right. And it's all right. And it's never forever. I think sometimes people think that if I'm giving up something, I'm not living. I'm not saying you have to give up every comfort all the time for the rest of your life. But sometimes you have to knuckle down. You have to sit and be like, okay, what is more important? Me going out and spending $75 tonight or me paying off my house faster, right? Because then you have more money to have $75 nights out if you want, right? And I'm not saying you do that every time because I work from home. So sometimes me going out is because I need to be around people, right? But that doesn't mean you have to get all the things that you would normally get, right? Maybe I don't get lamb chops this. I'm gonna get the lamb chops. Let me stop lying.
She is.
But I ain't gonna do the hookah. I'm gonna go someplace that don't have hookah. So I don't get the hookah. That's $40 out your pocket right there, right? You don't always have to do things, right? At one point when I first moved to Georgia, I was going out, we was going out like 6 nights a week. And I've told everybody I'm not a cheap date. I do not cheat myself cheaply. Therefore, no one else shall treat me cheaply. So I was spending money. And when I sat back and looked at it, I damn near slapped myself. I was like, imagine what I could have done with that money.
Yes, that's why that bank statement review. That's it. That bank statement review will tell you, baby, what you shouldn't have done.
It hurts your feelings. It hurts your feelings when you look at it, and it will give you stress, right? People think that maybe people don't realize that money causes stress.
And
The lack of money, worrying about money, that stuff causes stress, right? And that can start to affect and it can affect your mental health. It can affect your physical health. It can lead to heart disease and other ailments in your body, right? So sometimes you need to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
It might be a therapist, it might be a coach, somebody who can help you work through your thoughts, your issues, the stress, your financial triggers to figure out, it is this one thing, right? Healing is a lifelong thing. You will never be fully healed because there's something that can always trigger you back.
Yeah.
It's our daily bread.
It is a journey, but you can learn how to manage it. You can learn how to navigate it and minimize the impacts of your trauma that's causing your financial trigger, that is causing your financial instability, that may be causing relationship issues, that may be causing all these other things in your life, right? What we're trying to do today is to give you tips. And I want to use that as a segue to let's talk about investing in you, because you are your best asset.
Yes, indeed.
Right? When Nicole was talking about, I'm going to take this money and I'm going to, instead of going out, I'm going to put it on the principal. That was her investing in her children so that they had a home, right? Or that she had more money to spend on XYZ because she paid that car off in 6 months instead of 16 months.
Whoa.
Right? That's investing in her. And there are things that we can do to help us get into a better place. Networking, going to those things and meeting people in the financial industry who can help you, who can give you insight, who can give you support, who have trainings, things that they offer. Some of the community colleges will sometimes have different classes and things of that. Facebook got 1,000,002 groups, right? Where you can go and get training. We've always talked about YouTube University, right? But I'm a proponent of finding somebody, and it's going to cost you money. It takes money to make money, it takes money to save money, it takes money to do all the things. Sometimes we have to invest in ourselves and put our money into somebody who can help us move further, that does not have a close and emotional tie to our money. Because that emotional tie is sometimes what's stopping us.
But first, before you seek outward help, know that you have the power to change your mind, which is free. It's free to stop doing those harmful habits and stuff because you have the power to do so. You can arrest your own habits without somebody having to tell you to do so. Where there's miracles in your mouth. Steve Harvey just said that not too long ago, and it talks about the power of the tongue. I am financially able. I am set free from any kind of stress and bondage that job was trying to put on you and stuff. And to help yourself, like what Nicole said, those accounts you need to, your bank account, your check that you get every couple of weeks or whatever it is, split it into pie slices. This chunk goes here to your travel. This chunk goes here to your pocket change. This and all of the things to de-stress yourself. You can do that for free and at a moment's notice. Now, professionals are here to help you across the threshold, to give you the science behind it, and that's what Nicole does. And so the thing when it comes to marriage and with buying all of the things, you move quicker when you're both going in the same direction. It's harder and slower when you're pulling against. And so I'm only speaking about my own relationship at this thing, 26 years in December. And
you might know a little thing or two. You might know a little thing or two.
I might. And so it's the getting behind each other. And like Nicole just said not too long ago, if one is better at the other thing or whatever, you get behind and you push each other. and then it's a door that swings the other way, and then the other person takes the lead, and then they get to. It's all of the things. It's definitely a teamwork type of a thing, and that's how you go further together. And it's a beautiful thing. So my husband, he's a car dude, and for the longest time, I had a hood in my dining room. I had car parts on my dining room table. But so what? I had nothing for him and stuff because I also had a stack of shoe boxes that was 5'2.5". You understand what I said? Now I was thrifty. I did look for sales and stuff like that. I don't think so it's the thing. So we don't have the arguments of I see you bought all of those shoes. You only got one set of feet. It's none of that. It's it's none of that.
And wear 400 pairs of shoes, Sharonda.
Well, and then there's that word that Nicole brought up last segment about maybe a little bit of us of hoarding a little bit. Just
Wait, did she look through? Did she look through here? She said, I might be a hoarder.
yes, my name is Sharonda, and I might be a hoarder for shoes.
No, let's change this. My name is Sharonda. I am a shoe hoarder.
I
am. Meet you because I got about hanging on the back of the door. I ain't even gonna say how many pairs, but it's a good number of them.
But I need some room, so I'm gonna need to move out some shoes.
I hear even yoked. You guys are evenly yoked. It's not perfect. It's balanced. And there has to be balance, not just for those who are in a relationship, in a marriage, but you as an individual. You have to have some balance. So I love the idea, we want to get professional help. I love the idea we want to get free help because it depends on where you are. So I'm just going to give your audience a few free resources. Battlefield of the Mind. It's a great, easy read, but it's powerful because we have to take captive the thoughts that we have. So in the middle of the night when we're sitting up and that stress and anxiety won't let us sleep, that's the devil playing in your head. The devil is saying, you need them shoes, good. I got a pair of shoes I've been watching for 3 years. I still ain't bought them because they don't match nothing in my closet, but they bad, baby. They bad. The right time to buy. But until I have something all ready to go with it, they're going to stay in that cart. And it tickles me that they keep showing up. But we speak to ourselves. Remember those cartoons where it was the good devil and the angel? It was the devil and the angel on each show. That's real. That's real. So you have to learn. We have to learn how to capture the thoughts that run through our head when we can't go to the professional. We can't go to the good girlfriend or boyfriend and talk to about what we're dealing with. We have to learn how to take captive our own thoughts. Now, me, when I wanted to learn how to invest, I went to Yahoo Finance and I set up a profile. And I was like, let's see. So Southwest get a lot of my money. Procter & Gamble get a lot of my money. Ooh, I'm interested in this. I'm interested in that. And then I start reading those little charts and stuff and the commentary on the charts. You have to study your craft. Just like you study in school, you study the handbook at work, you have to study your craft to know what it is. You don't got to be no expert, but I'm gonna put $2 on Southwest and see what it make me in 30 days, in 40 days. Because get doggone it, I put $200 on a flight at least three times a year. So I want to find a way to get my money back. But if you don't want to necessarily pick a stock, make sure you log in and sign up for Acorn. Acorn picks your stocks for you. You get to decide the leverage in which you invest. And you hook up your debit card, which you're going to swipe to round up, and they invest for you. I own Amazon stock. I know I'm getting some of my coinage back, okay? Because I almost know all my Amazon people, okay? But also Berkshire Hathaway, them some of the most expensive Warren Buffett stocks out there, but I got me some. I own real estate. I own weed stocks. I don't know nothing about. Okay, I own weed stock. Okay, I own real estate where people grow weed. It's your right to put. Look, don't tell them. Don't tell them. But again,
She's trying to get her put off the air.
look,
I don't know what
look, you gonna go high in the sky. But I'm just we're talking about the stocks, not the actual product.
Right, not the actual product. Yes.
You have
Well, but
your craft and
you do.
use those resources. I'm gonna turn it back. I'm gonna get back to Leanne. I appreciate it.
Yes, because it is now 11:01.
Oh,
And
man.
we have come honey, every time. It always goes,
When
it
you're
goes
having
fast.
fun.
It is. It goes fast. I got a whole another page of shit we ain't even get to, but that's okay because we're gonna save it for another show because it's gonna come back around because we like money over here.
Yes,
So
we likes the monies.
I think that was a good way kind of to end. This is one thing I want to say, right? Let's just talk about one myth, and that's what I'm going to close the show out with. The concept that money cannot buy happiness. Now, money alone cannot buy happiness, but financial stability can provide the freedom to pursue the things that bring you happiness. It's a tool that either limit your life's possibilities or it can expand your life's possibilities. On the show today, hopefully we gave you a couple little tips and tricks to help you expand your life's possibilities through better money management, having a better money mindset, and building a stronger and tighter relationship with your money and with your partner, being on the same page with your partner and having your mission, your financial mission statement in play. So with that, I want to thank y'all for joining us today on Wake Up Happy Sis show because, we want to be the best part of your morning. Okay. We will be back. What's our show about Thursday? Let me give y'all a little tip. On Thursday, we're talking about branding you, navigating self-promotion without feeling guilty, without feeling any kind of way. Because, it's okay to brag on yourself. It's okay to hype yourself up when you are doing awesome and amazing things, right? And we're going to talk about that. How do you push that? How do you promote you to the world so they see all the fabulousness that you out here serving up, sis? So, Sharonda, tell the people how they can connect with you. Well, let's go with Nicole first, since she's our guest. Nicole, tell the people how they can connect with you.
Thank you so much for having me. As always, I love hanging out with you ladies. It's always a pleasure and full of joy and laughter. Joy and laughter. That's another reason we wake up happy, sis. You can find me at the gym. So you find me on Facebook. The group is called The Gym, where we have all these exercises and more to help you get financially fit. You can also find The Gym on YouTube as well. So, Leanne, again, thank you for having me. And I hope that something was said here that will cause some kind of spark in your listeners so that they make a change to get on their new roadmap to financial freedom.
Yes, definitely. And Sharonda, tell the people how they can get in contact with you.
Well, I too am somewhat of a therapist, but for your numbers, get at me at bookkeepingforlife.com and I'm here to help.
Now, and look, I'm not a therapist, but I am the wellness whisperer and your self-care strategist. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm here to help you get back to you. You know what I mean? I want you to get back to you without the trauma, without the stress. I want you to be able to live happy, healed, and fulfilled. That's what Wake Up Happy Sis is all about. And we have a Facebook group. You should head on over. Come on in the room. It's free. Okay. I'm still in the building stage, but I want you to be in here so I can give you all this good information. The kind of things we have on this show is the kind of stuff we're sharing in the group. So I want to make sure that you are getting your wellness life together, baby. And we're here to do that on Wake Up Happy Sis show. So I want to thank y'all. Another show in the books. You can connect with us. Send us show topics. If you want to be a guest, head on over to wakeuphappysis.com and you can go ahead and become a guest on the show because we would love to have you. And with that, I think we done. Hopefully y'all got something. You should let us know if you like this show. You should let me know if you loved listening to Nicole, because she has a show as well on this station. So make sure that you are tuning into Cityscape Radio so you can head on over to the gym and get your financial workouts in, baby. And with that, we're out. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Wake Up Happy Sis on KCCR The Brownstone. Make sure you show up every Monday